on? Welcome back to Sengoku Dynasty. We got episode 18 today. Today's going to be a really fun one. Now, I think the headliner is going to be something about steel. Steel weapons, steel tools. Oh, so we should get the day done. So we're going to get the furnace, and then, yeah, steel weapons, it looks like. So, okay. So I think we have the highest tools then. So we're going to go up to steel weapons. So I think that'll probably be the headline, right? So I'm going to put some timestamps up, just so people don't get cranky. Because here's what I'm thinking we're going to do. I just made a whole bunch of efficiency changes. So basically, people were making stuff, and then I was turning it into kind of the final product, right? So it was kind of taking me a little bit between episodes. I basically switched everything around so that now I just have to pile in a bunch of products, which only take me a couple minutes usually, and it'll last for like days. And if you look at our little overview on the bottom, which I'm really starting to like the overview on the bottom for management, and I'll show you why in a second here, but we are almost in the green with everything. And again, you kind of want it on like the lower side of the green, right? Because you don't want stuff like spoiling and all that. But I'm quite happy with how it changed. And I didn't even hire anybody new. So all I did was I kind of changed around just the efficiency of it, basically. So I'm going to go over all of that. Then we're going to roll into the next day. We'll do our steel upgrades, our furnace, and I'm hoping we have enough time to then we will make the large shrine and hire our first monk. So that's kind of the plan for today. We'll see what we get into. Whatever we don't get to, then we'll do in the next episode. But yes, so I'm pretty excited about this. So let's where should we start? Let's start. Oh, let's just go in order, I guess. So let's start with the meals. So meal-wise, we have two people cooking. The beverages are actually so efficient that I was able to. So I took the girl off the well. She's down now working at the tavern. And because the beverages are so much more efficient with her doing that and me just storing water in our storage, I was able to have her cook a little bit. So if I look at this, so this is our cooking station. I took off all we're not cooking fish and meat anymore because we're using it now. So we took that off. We lowered the solid meals. They're still good, right? They still use stuff that we have a buttload of. With that, we were able to have them make a little bit of oil out of the fish, and we're using that oil to make tempura. So that uses our cereal, our fish, and our oil. And then tempura is like 90 food or something like that, okay? And then we have the chain to make this. Oh, I should have looked up how to say this. Dang it. I think it's nabe. I'm going to go with that. If I sound stupid, then I'm sorry. I'll try to look it up for next episode. But tofu and vegetable soup are needed, right? So you can see it's meat, vegetables we're growing, the tofu, mushrooms we're gathering, and then the soup, and we can make 6 of these, and that's like 95, right? So 95, yep. So that's a good one. So that's what that person's doing. So we kind of changed them around. They're making a little bit of the fancier line, using the tofu and the soup. So it's in like that soup category, right? I should have showed you that. I'll show it to you in the next 30 seconds here. And I know I could show this to you on the jobs, but I'm going to run to where they're actually working so you can kind of get a really good idea of what's going on here. And kind of the supply chain. Right, so then this was the lady working at the well. So now she's making the doboroku and the tea, which is super easy. I basically just got to supply her with water because our farmers are bringing in the rice koji mold and tea leaves. And then, again, I'm just supplying the water. And this was so efficient. We're already a plus on beverages, which is amazing. Because remember, that was the one we were like negative 1,600 or whatever it was. And then I'm like, well, what do we want to do? So we unlocked the excellent meals. And we're now making these. So I had thought about, and here's what I had thought about. This is why I have the miso stew here. So this is 90, which is good. Right, it's just below this. The excellent meals are 70 and 72. And they're just way easier to make. Like, I don't have to set up a supply chain of, I think Miso is miso, vegetable soup, and tofu. And then you get the miso stew out of it. So I said, we've got all the cereal and beans and rice and herbs and all that, so let's make the excellent ones. So she's able to knock out 6 of each of those a day on top of the drinks for a full workload, which evens us out really nicely with meals and beverages. Okay, so that is that. So those are the changes we made there. And then I just, basically, with those changes, I just got to make sure I'm bringing in water, which, it's it's super simple. I just got to make sure I got buckets. I drop the buckets, and then I can retrieve 500 water at a time, which is, God, I don't know, enough for probably almost a season. Maybe like twice a season I'm doing that, so it's super easy, right? So I really like that one. Heating's basically the same. I kind of like the heating setup. He's basically throwing coal in there. So in that chain, we have one of our lumberjacks making firewood, and then we have a guy working on the kilns, and he is bringing in charcoal. Maintenance is the one that's kind of left the way it is, and it's, I just got to help out, make some chiseled stone from time to time. That could use an upgrade, but it's okay for now. The next big one is health. So we already had a person making health stuff, but it was kind of like the basic, pretty basic, right? I think they were just making energy drinks. So now they're making energy drinks, cooling drinks, right? Because we got berries, we got a ton of ice. It only uses 15 ice per day. And then this antidote is awesome. So again, I changed the foragers, so they're bringing in some poisonous mushrooms. We're making sake because it's fun. And then we got to make these calabash bottles. That's kind of the only thing with this. But if you look at some of the things, it's 235 versus like even like one of these. Like if we make one quick, so we can show that for comparison. Like this is only 40. So this is 235, which is crazy. Again, it takes some materials to go into it. But once you get to this, and then if we can like really pump out a bunch of these, they sell for 286, which is, I think even sake's only like 48 or whatever it is, and sake goes into here. So we're basically turning our sake into a more expensive item that we can sell if we get a bunch of it. And then the other reason I have this one out, because this one's really good too, 175. But if we look at that one, it does take stone jugs, which are kind of a pain in the butt to make. And I already have our person chiseling stone, and I don't want to take off of that. And this one makes more anyway, so it's really good. And that's helped out with the efficiency a lot. So let's put some of this stuff away, and then I will show. I will show off. Let's see. Let me grab. I might just go make myself a couple, because I just need a few. Let's make a couple of these salad meals for me to eat. All right. So the calabash bottles, they aren't too bad. Here's one of the things I did change, is I do have somebody bringing in bamboo now. We have like 1,000,000 logs, so it wasn't, I think I only took away like 10 logs a day, which we're bringing in way more than we need anyways. So they're bringing in some bamboo. So we're going to watch that. It's pretty close to the daily needs. And then to make the calabash bottles, so you need rope, right? Again, which we can make. What do we got here? Oh, yeah. So like we've got a ton of fiber, and we're going to bring in even more per season, right? Like this is leftovers. So again, and I know Odin said to kind of watch these, so we will do that, because we also need those for the fishing nets. But yeah, if you just make yourself a bunch of rope, and then you come on over here, these calabash bottles, it's just two bamboo and a piece of rope, right? But in my eyes, totally worth it, because whatever it is for the health is insane. Plus, they're worth 200 coins, so that's pretty solid. And then I enjoy coming up here like every night or like every morning. I haven't done it yet, so let's do that together. And just taking a look at what we're doing for our sake here. So let's do. I mean, we got a bunch. Yeah, let's do that for now. And then, Yeah, it does that. And we'll add our stuff. We'll retrieve our stuff. And we'll add our stuff, and we'll retrieve our stuff. And there we go. 26 more sake. Then I've been kind of coming up here for the paper as well. I don't really know what we're going to do with all the paper, but it's kind of fun just making some. So we'll retrieve that. We'll add a couple in there. And then let's make a little bit. But yeah, so now I'm at the point where I feel like this village is pretty good. I'm pretty happy with not needing more people and making it much more efficient. And I'm still making stuff here and there, but eventually the goal is to get all of this automated. But we'll do that with like the big village. So let's add our stuff in there, retrieve our stuff. We're gonna make 10 of those. Little paper making here. And then we don't have any in there, so we're gonna add. Okay, so we can't set any out to dry, but we got 52 there. Beautiful. A little bit of a process there, but we have a video breaking that down in more detail if you're interested. Now, all right, so we've gone over the village. It's much more efficient. It's running a lot closer to being ran on its own. One thing to make sure you are checking is, like, for example, in the priorities, if we go down to our food, one thing I did have to look at is if you are adding ingredients into things, right, like tofu and vegetable soup, I had to uncheck. So that way they're not eating them. Because they will. All right. Good. Right, kind of like the sake before. You just, uncheck it. That way they're not drinking all the profit. Okay. Now. Yeah, so I'm feeling really good about that. I'm feeling so good about that I did have day 8 to just kind of run around and do stuff. So I went down here and I kind of scoped out this area. I'm thinking for our next village, I might actually do this area. This area is super big and flat. They got a river that runs through there. So we could put up a big village like in this corner and then another village over here, and it would kind of encompass this corner, and we could almost make it look like one really big village. This one will be a little bit harder, and I feel like that'll be probably the third one. Iron's just easy to get right now for me, so I'm not super worried about that. But, like, there's that big plateau right here, right? You can kind of see it. So we'd have to build, like, right here. So we'd probably have to wipe out those bears. If those bears kept coming back, that would be an issue. But, yeah. This one's going to be a little bit harder, so I'm kind of thinking about that one yet. But these are awesome. So we'll if we have a bunch of time, we'll scope this out. But yeah, I think we're pretty close to starting our next village, and I think that's where we're going to start it. So that'll be cool. We'll run it right up to the river, so we can probably fish out of this river, and then this little river will be like our divider. So we'll put up like bridges and stuff. I think it'll be really cool. But yeah, so that's kind of the efficiency side of how the village is running now. I like it a lot. It's been going well. Now let's get into the next part. So steel. I wanna figure out how to do steel. It's all new to me, so we'll kind of learn together. And let's get into summer. Ooh. Here's the other thing. Before we do the steel, we are gonna have to change our farmers. I almost forgot about that. So before we switch over, because I've got notes on what we're doing for this episode. Let me go back to my notes on the farm setup. Probably hear my paper going all over the place. Almost forgot about that. I didn't even write that down. But yeah, for summer we're gonna have to adjust our fields. So let me get that set up a little bit. Oh, that'll be fun. We'll make sure all of our fields are up and running first. So I'll have to put that in the timestamps. Then we'll get to the steel. Beautiful. All right, let's do it. I'm pumped. This should give us a bunch of XP too, so we should get some Way of the Leader perks. Which I'm thinking maybe Zen Garden. So that way when we get to that next village, you know, we're going to be sitting pretty. Yeah. Getting that bridge up. Ooh, we should probably go check that out too and see how it looks. That's a bigger bridge than we've built. You can kind of see the animations a little different. Oh man, yeah, maybe we'll go do that quick too. Ooh, we're level 15. Local chieftains 15. Yes. Unlocked. Oh yeah, there's all the steel stuff we unlocked. Excellent, excellent. Very nice. Okay, so is that? Let me see. Got a little bit of a music change. All right, so we're gonna do the farming thing. Let's go look at the bridge real quick. Let's one thing at a time here. One thing at a time. That was, oh god, 5. Please let me name these. I took one down. I did take the one down. Nope, this is the ice one. I cannot remember which ones are which. 5 and 6. I always get mixed up. Hey, there it is. Yeah, definitely leave that there. Beautiful. Oh, yeah, that looks nice. Go. Okay. So that's our special construction project complete. So we've got some peoples over there being pains in the butt. All right, let's go back. We'll set up some farming, and then we'll take a look at this furnace and get some steel going. Hopefully, when I was running around prospecting, I did pick up like 150 iron sand, so we should be able to make some steel hopefully right away. Okay. I got to think about how do we want to do this. I think I'm just going to run over to the farm and kind of go field by field here. So, right, we've got our 2 water fields. So that's rice. That's staying. Now this, we're actually changing. So this is going to be lotus. Right, so this is where I wish it would let you change stuff for the whole year. So we're taking off wasabi farming, and we're going to make it lotus farming. Oh, yeah. So we get 21 lotus root and 186 lotus seeds per day with that. Okay. So that one's good. Now we got to go to our land fields. This is going to be... I gotta remember I got that one way down by the ice thing too. All right, so land field 1 is millet, so that's staying. And then land field 2, can I get in there? There we go. So this was tea, right? And we can't do tea anymore. So now tea is gonna go to flax. So flax we can do there in the summer. Beautiful. Oh, do we not have a flax seed bag? Oh. Yep, there it is. Okay. Just so we'll remember. I was gonna say let's go do that quick, but we'll be fine. All right. So that one's good. And then what do we got here? So this was soy, and now soy is no longer in use. So we've got canola. Canola we can do during the summer, and we'll bring in 189. Solid. I should make sure that everybody's... Come on. I just want to make sure everyone's like maxed out on... I would assume that's staying. Yeah, we just got to get them a bag. Yeah, it looks like she's already hard at work there. And then... Yep, so they got the lotus going in. They're 100%. Okay, beautiful. All right, canola is good. Okay, 100% there. Now, we've got one more. It's kind of a pain in the butt, but this one's way over here. Ooh, I don't have a... Nobody's working here? Wait, hold on. So turnips, then that was leeks. Going to leeks. All right. Where is our worker? Why is nobody working here? That is interesting. Now I gotta figure out who the heck is supposed to be working there. Did we lose a person? No, we're still at 35. Oh, how am I gonna tell? What's a quick way? That's... Yeah, everyone's still here. So I don't know why. Did we not assign somebody to that? I thought we were bringing in turnips. Oh. That is quite interesting. All right, well, let's see. Simple bed. How am I gonna... man. This is why I need to be able to label this. I'm not sure. It doesn't say, like, where they live, which is quite upsetting. And offhand, I don't remember who's all who. Yeah, I'm not sure. It's going to take me a second to find out which one. That's one of the things where, like, I just need to be able to label that. Like, it should show maybe, like, the name of the house they're living in. Let's go get our flax bag. Land. We got some flax bags. Let's make them like 5 of those. We'll get that taken care of. And then I think I'm just gonna have to go like person by person in the farm, see where they're at. I'll probably cut that out because that'll be kind of boring. All right, let me get this in there. All right, so that should take care of the tool. Yep, there we go. All right. Yes, let's we'll do a quick cut here through the editing of magic. We will find out who this is. Whew. That was a pain in the butt. So yeah, somehow one of my farmers was working in the tavern, and then one of the extra workers didn't have a job, so I don't know. I must have screwed it up somewhere in there, but we got it all figured out. So I just took the tavern girl over and had her... Ooh, that was cool. Had her go over to the farm, so we are there. Everything is fixed, and actually, when I switched that one person over, they were able to like work way more in that tavern. So they have some room to like make more drinks and food if need be. But I figure while we're up here, let's see if these people have anything good. We're definitely going to buy a lot of this stuff. I usually just kind of buy a lot of the herbs and berries and all that. And then kind of like trade them for stuff that I have a bunch of. And it's just good for getting that monk XP up. We got here a general trader. Oh yeah, he's got a bunch of stuff, so we'll buy just some little stuff off of him. Again, not that we really need anything at the moment, but this guy's falling through his stuff. Oh, and a farming one. We'll probably like all the flowers. We don't get a lot of those, so I'll pick those up. Those are for the healing compresses. We'll probably buy that just because it's always good to have a bunch of that. But a lot of this, like I'm not going to buy like a fertilizer bucket and all that, but just the stuff that we use a lot. And then we do have one of our new... so this is a blacksmith trader. So he's got some iron. Ooh, he's got steel. Oh, buddy. A smithing hammer. Steelhead hammer, perfect for blacksmith work. Oh, man, that's cool. Steel hammer. Okay, so... interesting. So there are steel tools. Even though it doesn't say... like, maybe it was just they're steel tools, but it wasn't, like, listed because there's so many recipe unlocks for that. But we're definitely about to go check it all out. So we're gonna see what's up here in just a second. Okay, so let's get into the steel aspect of this. So we've checked out the village, furniture, production, smithy. We now have access to the small furnace. So we we have like forged furniture and all that, but we can't make the forge yet, if I'm not mistaken. So let's go buildings, production buildings. Yeah, so we do need the coastal swamps region, which will probably be, it might be the next one. It might be 2 away though. I think this summer we're going to unlock the middle region. And we'll check that out in probably one of the next episodes. But yeah, so here's where the blacksmith anvil is and whatnot. So I'm kind of curious the difference in like what we can all do now versus that. But while we're here, so let's check out. So we have our production furniture, smithy. So we can now set up the furnace, which... Ooh, where are we going to put this thing? Yeah, in my mind I was kind of thinking we were unlocking the forge, but that is not it. So we do have the furnace that we could stick out here, which kind of makes sense, right? And I think that's probably where we're going to put it. Because, yeah, I mean, I don't like that. I don't really want to move that crap around too much. Let's see. If I rotate you, where are you going to go? I kind of like it just, like, right out there, right? Like, I feel like that's where somebody might work. Just, like, right there. Yeah. Hey. All right, so now we can add iron ore and charcoal. Oh, so you don't even... So what's the iron sand for? I thought... Well, that's iron sand. You can get iron sand here, though, too. So iron sand must be used for the forge to make masterwork stuff? Ah... Interesting. Okay. Well, let's... I mean, geez, we can add all sorts of that stuff. So let's get the steel working. I should have just went and bought some steel to see what we could all like make. All right, so... Oh yeah, okay, so we can make the steel things now. Very nice. So we've got some steel cooking. Maybe I should have done the steel before the farming. Dang it, that's okay. We'll probably go buy a little steel, and maybe that'll get us started. Ooh, a lot of these take a fair bit of steel. That looks cool. And then weapon-wise, so we got the steel naginata, the omiyari. That's cool. Ooh. And then tanto-wise, obviously we got the steel tanto. A fruit plank, interesting. Okay. So we're gonna have to get some fruit trees. Are these fruit as well? Premium deciduous. Ooh, I'm definitely gonna make me a steel katana. Any premium log and steel. Okay, it's pretty easy to make. And then we've got steel arrows. Okay. Well, so it's not 15 anymore. It's just 5. But I mean, I guess we're using a lot to get there. Ooh, tamahagani. Tamahagani? Is that how you say that? That might be another word I have to look up so I don't look stupid when I'm saying it. Tamahagani. It sounds right to me. So we can already get those. Man, there's just a... Let's unlock some of this other stuff. That standing bell. Got the incense burner. All that crap we'll probably start making somewhat soon. Okay, so we can make steel stuff there. Let me see. Was there... Okay. How fast does this go? Oh, not fast at all. That sucks. Might have to do a cut, and I might just have to, like, get a bunch of steel so that we can actually make our steel stuff. At least we got the steel cooking. Oh, let's see here. Let's go... Let's see. I want to buy a little steel, but... All right, and then what else do we have? So we do have a mask, a Minpo mask, very nice. That looks pretty cool. All right, here we go. So we've got armors. So we are also going to have to make ourselves a set of armor, okay? Which is pretty cool, I like it. Man, yeah, I'm going to have to make a buttload of steel. All this stuff takes a lot of steel. Just the armor set is, what, 14... 20 steel for that, which is what we got cooking. All right, very interesting, very interesting. Well, before we do a cut, let's go make some Tontos. We can just trade those. These are easy to make. Let me grab like 10 of them. I wonder if we go over to the mining town now, if they have steel. Maybe we could do some trades there as well. That might be cool. But you know, now that I say that, let's make like 10 more. 'Cause if we go over there, I don't know how expensive it is, but we can just trade for steel because I want to actually make our stuff. But let's see. Oh god, it's so slow. Can I make 2 furnaces? Problem is, I don't know where the heck I'm going to put the other one if I can. Yeah, that's not what I want to do. Sorry. That's. I mean, we got nowhere to walk. Wonder if we move this guy's bed. Maybe we can put. Let's see. I gotta make this bed better, anyways. Yep, very nice. Oh god, what am I doing here? Let's cancel that. All right, production. Furniture production. Smooth. Okay. Oh, I thought that might go in there nicely. Apparently not. Will you go there? So we can move it over to there. That's not too bad. And then let's see if maybe we can just get like one right in the middle here. I may move this around later, but at least for like right now. At least for right now, it's okay, I guess. But yeah, I gotta get some of that stuff in there. We gotta get this steel cooking because we got one. Heck yeah! All right, let's go do a little bit of trading for steel. See if we can get some to make some things, and then what we'll do is we'll probably do a cut, and I'll probably have to like sim through a day or two, and then when we get enough steel to make everything, we'll bring everybody back. Because I do want in this episode to make a full steel set of everything. I think that'll be cool. What was it? You? I don't know if you had any steel on you. You did not. Maybe it's just the blacksmith guy. Fisherman, food. Yeah, come here, buddy. Alright, so like 10 steel. Oh my god, it's going to cost us 1,000 coins. It's alright, we're getting XP. Everything we do gives us XP. I'm going to trade a couple. There we go, look at that. What do we got here? Max poise is pretty solid. Food stat depleting slower. Everything else is kind of maxed out. Max poison increases. Let's do that one. Kind of max that out. My food doesn't go down too slow, so. All right. Let's check out the mining village, and then that way, just if you're curious for your playthrough, or if you're just watching, then we know. Oh god, autosave. Maybe. Oh, that one was a little worrisome. Oh, we do have somebody missing something. Hold on before we go look for steel. Let's check out who's missing what here. We got the water field. Ooh, we're out of rice bags. Okay, let's take care of that real quick. I like how at the end of the day everything kind of like completes, and then it's like, all right, your people need this. I think that's pretty cool. So let's make them. We'll make them 5 more rice bags. hunt down some more steel. We'll let that cook a little bit. Yeah, this way. All right. That should take care of that. Beautiful. All right, let's go check out Iosaki before it gets dark out. Because, yeah, I don't think any of these other places would have steel. Are there traders at the temple? Maybe we can check that out. I don't remember if there's traders there. Yeah, I guess it would have been good to start the steel like right away, but even then we wouldn't have nearly what we need. Yeah, looks like this guy's just got some of the bare essentials. Food trader. And I think those are the only two traders here. If we go north, we can kind of look to see... Oh, wait. Yeah. Let's see what these guys... These might just be camps. I don't know if we got any more traders down here. Oh, that guy's got a quest. Which we definitely want to do for our... Ooh, that reminds me. We do have a perk here. So what are we thinking? I'm not too worried about some of these anymore as much as I was. I mean, that one's not bad, but I think we're doing okay on money. Worker productivity is definitely a good one. I feel like our crops are doing a pretty solid job. Let's get Zen Gardens. That way we have it. So when we do our fancy village, we can kind of look at that. Is this like under here? There's not like a trader in here, right? Okay, just another person with a little village quest. Okay. Those are cool, by the way. I like them. The rain stopped. Nice. Let's go check out the big mansion area. I can't remember if there's any traders up here or not. Now we'll check out the temple, and then we'll probably have to do a cut. We'll bring everybody back. And once I have some steel. Yeah, I'm not seeing any traders up here. No worries, no worries. Man, start of a new season. So what are we in? Year two, summer. I like this little path. It's kind of cool. I like the simplicity of it. You'll kind of see once we get building. If you're kind of new and you didn't check out a lot of the medieval Dynasty series, I like stuff to look just like simple and natural. All right, let's check out the temple before we go home. We'll do another cut. That way I can accumulate some steel so we can make some steel stuff. Well, there we go. You got fancy stuff up here, buddy? Probably not, but this is probably a long shot. Can't remember what these guys have. Warrior Monk. Yeah. You don't have anything that I... Oh, okay. All right, let's check traders down there. Can't remember what these guys all had. We've got exotic goods. You can never say no to some ice. I like the mask. Monk hat. Ooh, I like that. All right, here, you want some of these? You can trade some of these, my friend. What else we got here? Somebody in here. Food trader. Yeah, that's fine. Ooh, a bunch of people. Definitely probably gonna come here to recruit our monk. Makes sense, right? Oh, we got a beggar. They don't got much on them. See, I could give him some food, but I don't think it really matters. Well, all right. Let's trade off some of these. Oh, I've already traded stuff with you. Let's trade off some of this stuff here. Just we brought it to trade, so why not? All right. Well, we've got our 10 steel. I'm going to do a cut here. Once we get back, I'm going to do the maths. And we'll bring everybody back once I have enough steel. What'll happen is I'll bring everybody back, and we'll probably be short about 3. Because that's the way it goes usually. Oh, man. But yeah, so we got the furnaces working. The furnaces are up and running. I don't know if they're in the most ideal spots, but it'll work for now. I feel like that's a safety hazard. But we've got 2. So that's 12 altogether. 13. We're getting there. But yeah, let's do a cut here quick. We'll bring everybody back, and then we will craft our steel set of everything so that we look super cool and we got like fancy tools and all that. But yeah, let's do that. We'll see everybody in a second. Oof, I think we are finally ready. If we look, what day is it? Okay, we're on day 3, so it took a little bit. The steel is a slow burn, that's for sure. Let's go see how we're looking. I got about 40 on me, so we should be good to go. But we're gonna get all this steel stuff going, and then we are going to hopefully have time to make a shrine. Because remember, we needed like 2 steel for the large shrine, so I want to do that. Go get a monk, and that's kind of how we'll finish up. But to get started, let's get us some fancy looking stuff going here. All right, so we've got a steel axe. Very nice. Ooh. Got a trophy, Unleashing the Power of Steel. Very nice, very nice. And then we're going to take a steel adze here. Thank you. We're going to make ourselves a steel hammer. And we'll take a look-see at all this in a little bit. Got a steel knife. And a steel pickaxe. Okay. Uh-oh. A little autosave there. Let's see, pickaxe, and then we are going to make ourselves a steel katana, just 1 for right now. And that should be good for all of that. And now I should... Ooh. Was I short? Somehow I was short, of course. I even made, like, extra. So what do I have? I got 19 left, and I need 20 for the armor. Gosh, dang it. All right, we're just going to sit here and twiddle our thumbs and see how slow it goes. Ooh, while we're waiting for that, let's equip everything, and then we can see how it looks. I knew it. I even, like, overestimated. Somehow I did the math wrong. I wonder if I forgot about the adze, because that's in, like, the same slot as the axe. That is probably what I did. Oh, well, we will be fine. Alright, so let's take our simple katanas, and we are going to replace those with steel, but for right now this is fine. And then we've got steel pickaxe, and we got a steel knife. There are, I think, iron shovel's like the top shovel. I don't think you can get anything past that. Ooh, steel knife. Did I make a... Let's see, iron. Oh man, we're gonna be even shorter because I need a steel. Comma. Did I not make one of those? Nope. Comma. I thought I made one. I guess not. All right, that's fine. We can wait a little bit while we're doing things here. Alright, so let's grab this. We can do a little fashion show on how all the equipment looks. Alright. We're getting there. Alright, so steel axe. That's how that bad boy looks. Pretty nice. I like it. Yep, okay. And then we've got our steel adze. Ooh, okay. That looks a little fancier. Boop. Got our steel hammer. Very nice. Steel pickaxe. Ooh. I don't know how good that would be of like hitting rocks. It looks more like a climbing tool, but this looks pretty sick. This looks more like a weapon. Whack some people around with that. Does it have a... Let me see. No, yep, just listed as a tool. I thought maybe it might have like a damage, right? So what are we going? 16 to 20 with our sword, okay. And then we have a steel knife, which that we can... Oh, Jesus. Just broke my... Little test out there. And then we got our steel katana. All right, I'm not gonna mess that up. How's this look? Ooh. Yeah, it looks pretty nice. Do a little bit of that. Very nice. Yeah, that should do us just fine. Just fine and dandy. Man, I can't believe I forgot about so much stuff. It happens every time. All right, let's. I gotta make her a steel pickaxe. I have been doing some of those. That's what I was doing while we were waiting for the couple days. Was those like question mark things, and that way I was getting us some XP, which we're getting pretty close in another one. Right, we unlocked the Zen Garden last time. I don't know what we're gonna go with this time. I'm just feeling a lot better about a lot of the stuff, so you know, maybe we'll put one in maintenance. That might be a good one, right? Because maintenance is, at the moment, the one that we're lowest on. Ooh, health did go down a little bit. Wonder why. Let's look real quick while we got a second. Oh, we're out of bamboo bottles. That would be why. I'm kind of surprised. It doesn't like say she's out of a thing. I guess after the day, maybe it would say that. But let's remedy that real quick. Nope, that's that one. That's that one. I forgot where the bamboo bottles are made. Ah, there we go, just up top here. Haha. All right, let me just make a couple so that way they can get through the day. I'll make a bunch more off camera here while we're waiting for a little bit of that steel to go through. Yeah, so the steel is it's pretty good, very slow. So we'll have to make sure we're always loading a bunch in, right? Because like we have a lot of bronze, so like it's very similar to the bronze, right? Like I got just a bunch of bronze always sitting there, so that's what I'll do every time I go past that building. I'll kind of get some steel going in there. Let's put these in here. Nope, just kidding. Where do those go? Ah, there we go. Right, general storage, yeah. So now they can make those. Let's put some of our old tools away. Ooh, actually, we'll put the iron axe away because that's full. Some of these that aren't full, we'll probably just go sell because I don't want to put them in there if they're not full. Otherwise, it'll be like that little bug that we kind of talked about earlier. We do not want that to happen. Let's just go sell these real quick. Somebody's got a little Casherinsky on him. You got a little cash on you there, buddy? Here you go. Have some iron tools. You can tell the amount they're worth definitely goes down real quick. Actually, I might. Well, nah, we'll be fine. Get that steel pickaxe. Probably make myself another one eventually once we have the steel available. All right, let's go in here. We'll see. We'll make an armor set. I didn't really look at the secondary stuff to see what we all need for that. But we're just about ready here. Gimme, 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 gimme. Yeah. Add some more stuff in there. We're at 19. This is exciting gaming right here at its finest. And then while we make the armor, 2 more should cook, and we can make the, I believe it's only 2, we can make the large shrine then. There we go, thank you. All right, now we make this, I think it's still at the tailor workshop. All right, let's do armors. So it's interesting that there's now like a masterwork armor, so definitely it goes from steel to samurai, which is pretty darn cool. I can't wait to get that stuff, it looks so cool. So let's make ourselves a helmet. Very nice. And we're going to make ourselves one of these bad boys. Ooh, looks like we might have enough for everything. What was that? Leather, rope? Oh yeah, we got plenty of that stuff. Okay. Nice, nice. All right, let's get some light. We'll put our old stuff away and see how the new stuff looks. All right, so this is what we look like right now. Maybe like right there. Eh. All right, so that's kind of how we look. And then if we switch to the new stuff, ooh, looks shiny. What was our armor at? Dang it. Let's hold on, let's put that back. So armor wise, we are at 51 to 37. 51 to 37. Ooh, 67 to 66. I like it. That's a nice little upgrade there. We're gonna need that because we're gonna be fighting some of these tough guys now. Oh, ooh, it looks a little better now too. Okay. Oh yeah. Oh, that's cool. Like I didn't notice that. Remember when we made the inrow? It is visible. Right, it's kind of like under our little thing right there. Nice. All right. We are looking snazzy. Let's see. Stored in armory. Yep. So we've got some iron armor we can put in there now. I wonder if we'll ever be able to like outfit our people. So like Brick brought up a good point. I was just talking to him a second ago while I was like in between waiting for the steel to go. And he like we're gonna put up this shrine in a second here, and he's like, man, I wish I could like have a person work there and then like change their clothing to like look like like put the monk's clothing on them. And I was like, yeah, that would be cool. That would be pretty darn cool indeed. All right, let's see how we're looking here. Okay, we're almost there. Let's see here. If we do. What do we got here? Some new decorations. No, that's not new. I think the dried pufferfish, because we got somebody gave us like a dried pufferfish as like a reward. Okay, that's cool. I like it. I like it. Okay, I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to stand right here, and I'm just going to edit this out because that it's my bad. Simple math is hard sometimes, I guess. The math was right. It was just I forgot to look at a couple things. And the steel is ready. What I did was, in the meantime, I actually went and see, there's a couple in here. I actually went and recruited ourselves a monk. So I did have to build a house, which let's go in here and we're just going to rename this real quick, and then we're going to go build our shrine. I'm just going to go like extra 2 for now, I guess. Yeah, so our monk is living there, which means we do have the spiritual need, so it's really not that high. It's only 288. You can see everything else does get a little higher then, which is fine. We're still in the positive for most things. Yeah, let's come on over here and ooh, you know what I'm gonna need to do? I need to get one of those statues real quick so we can put that shrine up. Let's go do that. Yeah, I want to get this shrine up. Get our lady monk in there. And we'll see how that goes. So let's just craft one of these, and I need one more of them. Thank you. All right. And what I'm hoping I can do, I'm guessing I can, being that I made these. I want to demolish these. Let's see here. Let me demolish. Thank you. Okay. I'm gonna be very sad if for some odd reason those need to be up. I would assume not. Okay. Now let's go to our village structures, and so we got large shrines. Ooh, there we go. And we got everything else we need. Chiseled stone. We got a couple steel. And then we've got some premium planks. And here it is. Ooh, lack of flat terrain. Is it not going to let us build it on the rocks? Oh, man, that other one was so cool on the rocks. Ooh. Hold on, hold on. Oh. And let me... I really want it on these rocks. That looked awesome. Come on. Somewhere in here, please. No. Well, I mean, if I gotta put it back a little bit, is it gonna let me on this side? Yeah, this side's just way out of the picture there. Okay. So we'll kind of do the best we can in this little area is what it looks like. Anywhere in there? Anywhere in there gonna work? No? Come on. Let me... Just don't want it too... I don't want it protruding into the sand too much. It looks like it's gonna have to, huh? No, it's not going at all now. Hold on. Where was that sweet spot? Ooh, right in there somewhere. I guess we can put it there for now. Oh, okay. I guess it's a little deeper than I thought. Okay, that's why. This might actually be pretty cool. Oh. Can people walk in there though? Oh yeah, okay. All right, so let's manage the job, and then let's assign... Ooh, I forgot her name. Crap. Would it be the last person? It should be, right? We'll do it that way. Go all the way down. I need to clean up the management a little bit. All right, assign job. I gotta go all the way back down. Oh, it takes so long. That's why I've been kind of just going to the place and doing it, because otherwise you're scrolling so long, and I can't. This is as fast as it'll let me scroll to. I can't remember the person's name, so here we go. Large shrine. You are the monk. Ato, that's right. Oh, that's a lot. 750, because yeah, I think it went, what, 250, 500, 750? There we go. All right. So our spiritual needs have been met. There we go. That looks pretty good. I don't know if we're going to keep it there. I might try to find a better spot, but for right now, it's okay. We'll see. I like how it's built into the rock, though. I like that part. I feel like this is a little, like, you're tall. But let me see. Is this guy going to go there? You going to go there? I want to make sure they can, like, get inside of it or whatever they got to do. Nah, he's just going to walk by. Okay. All right. Well, we got a lot done this episode. We switched over to the new season. We got the farm all going. We've got steel now. We got the steel tools. We got the shrine put up. So that was a fun one. As far as the next one goes, I'm not too sure. I think we'll probably scout out if we're gonna do the large bridge here, or maybe we'll go here and take a look-see at the lighthouse. Not too sure yet. I want that forge, but I also want like the roofed walls for when we build down here. So we'll kind of do some prospecting in the next episode. But yeah, so tune in. Should be a good one. Yeah, I think we're gonna call it there. I think we're good on this one. A lot of fun stuff going on. But yeah, check out the link for the Discord in the description. A lot of fun stuff going on over there. Otherwise, with all that being said, hope you enjoyed today's episode. Go out there and be a good person. It's not that hard, and I will see you on the next one.